It is indeed my great pleasure to address to you all at the opening of today's webinar on the Joint Crediting Mechanism, or the JCM, implementation in Indonesia 2020, utilizing the JCM during the COVID-19 pandemic. At the outset, I would like to firstly express our warmest gratitude to Global Environment Center Foundation, or the GEC, for supporting this online virtual seminar amidst the limitations caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. I hope that we all be meeting in person again one day once the conditions are coming back to normalcy and the COVID-19 pandemic is firmly under control. In this important occasion, I would like to express my greatest appreciation to the government of Japan for working closely with the government of Indonesia in implementing the JCM scheme. Since the agreement was signed 7 years ago, a lot of progress has been made, from establishing JCM infrastructures, developing JCM projects, to issuing verified carbon credits, which are clear evidence of the success of the collaboration to reduce greenhouse gas emissions between the two countries. We hope that the JCM can become a role model for bilateral low carbon development cooperation that can work and support the Paris Agreement, which we all adhere to. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished participants, lately we have witnessed how harsh the condition and the devastating impact we face due to the outbreak of COVID-19. This pandemic has already taken a great toll on our people and on their economic well-being as well. The Indonesian Minister of Finance has recently announced that Indonesia will have to prepare for an economic recession, the first of such recession since the great economic crisis we have faced in 1998. So we witnessed the immense pressure of the COVID-19 pandemic on tourism, and of course, most importantly, the industry sector, which has experienced its greatest impact. The imposition, the placement of social, although still limited, restrictions on social activity, and unpredictable spread of the coronavirus caused many factories to reduce their operation, with the inevitable consequence of significant layoffs of workers. The allocation of a large portion of resources to deal with the pandemic emergency has also created an unsupportive situation for dealing with other bigger issues, such as mitigating the impacts of climate change. The International Energy Agency, or the IEA, has warned that the COVID-19 crisis may lead to a slump in global carbon emissions this year, and that the outbreak poses a threat to long-term climate action by undermining investment in clean energy. However, the International Renewable Energy Agency, or the IRENA, found that accelerating investment in renewable energy could generate huge economic benefits while helping to tackle the global climate emergency. Investing in renewable energy would deliver global GDP gains of 98 trillion US dollar, above a business as usual scenario by 2050. It would also quadruple the number of jobs in the sector to 42 million over the next 30 years, and measurably improve global health and also welfare scores. Ladies and gentlemen, based on this insight, we can see that the JCM collaboration is becoming increasingly important and relevant as ever, particularly as we had and implementing measures to a post-pandemic green and sustainable recovery. Investment, the latest low-carbon technology, and valuable experience implemented through the JCM can enable the private sector, especially, to emerge from the crisis. In this regard, Indonesia and Japan have developed 39 JCM projects in energy efficiency, green infrastructures, and renewable energy during its 7 years of cooperation. There are also projects that are still working well, even during the pandemic period. These achievements are clear evidence that low emission projects not only works for emission reduction, but also strengthen the economic resilience in the economic recession period. Moreover, the success of JCM projects, which aims to remove greenhouse gas emissions while simultaneously cutting costs or increasing production yields, are good examples that can build private sector awareness to participate in climate action. I sincerely hope that the implementation of JCM can help speed up Indonesia's economic recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic, and at the same time contribute to achieving the NDC, or the nationally determined contribution target, as outlined from the Paris Agreement. In closing, I look forward for the outcome of this webinar, including possible recommendations which emanates from the discussions this afternoon. So I thank you. Arigato gozaimashita.